The Ottawa County Sheriff says recent damage to the jail by inmates will cost thousands of dollars.
The pastor of a popular Joplin church that was knocked down and rebuilt following the Joplin tornado discusses how his congregation will be honoring the tornado's victims this weekend. That's coming up.
A project in Joplin looks to memorialize the city's recovery 10 years after the tornado.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Officials in Ottawa County, Oklahoma say jail damage by inmates is costing taxpayers. This is KOAM News at 10. Sheriff says in recent weeks, inmates have caused thousands of dollars worth of damage. That includes broken windows from a riot last month, fire damage to the ceiling in a jail pod, destroyed mattresses, and a shower ripped out. The sheriff says they plan to add new security cameras and they want to hire more jailers to get more eyes on the inmates.
I mean, we've only been here 4 months, so we're still trying to fight the fires from before, and we'll get it fixed. It's going to take time, and sooner or later, everything's just going to be running smooth again.
Commissioner Russell Earls tells us a large part of the county's $907,000 in COVID relief funding will go to the jail to replace the roof. That should happen this summer. Grand River Dam Authority police released the name of a man whose body was found in Elk River on Sunday. Authorities say the body is that of 39-year-old Ryan Tudor of Grove. On Sunday, Tudor's body was recovered from the river near the Oklahoma-Missouri state line. Police have not released further details. Checking in with Nick Kelly. Boy, the rain just keeps on coming, Nick.
Yeah, we're going to get a break in the action overnight, Dal, but the rain chances overall, they're not quite done with us just yet. As far as temperatures go, Joplin Regional started at 62, a little cooler than yesterday with a high officially of 76. About 4/10, make that 4/100 of an inch of rainfall from the airport from all the rain that we've seen today. And we still have this stubborn batch of light to moderate rainfall now working through southeastern Kansas. This is a batch that we saw develop this afternoon, can continue this evening, slowly lifting from south to north, but by, let's say, between midnight and 2 a.m., we're going to get this batch out of here and get a bit of a reprieve. However, with this stubborn upper low still spinning across the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles, it is still wanting to keep some rain chances in the forecast. For now, though, as far as temperatures, upper 60s to near 70. We're going to say mainly in the upper 60s for tonight, Dow, with again a break in the action during the overnight, but more rain chances are in the forecast. We'll see if that impacts the weekend here in a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Nick. Pitt State today announced it's rescinding the face mask mandate at campus for fully vaccinated people. Unvaccinated or partially vaccinated people are still encouraged to wear masks. The university is also further relaxing occupancy limits in facilities and asking employees to return to on-campus work by June 13th. Joplin Parks and Rec says it will not be returning to full normal pool operations this summer, but not because of COVID-19. It's because of lifeguard staffing issues. Officials say the Schiffer-Decker Aquatic Center will be the only pool open to the public starting on May 29th. Ewart and Cunningham Aquatic Centers will only be open to host certain programs. The department says it needs to hire around a total of 90 lifeguards in order to fully open all 3 pools. They have less than half that. The current pastor for St. Paul's United Methodist Church in Joplin will soon be moving on after serving his congregation for more than a quarter of a century. Pastor Aaron Brown spoke to KOAM's Mike Mahoney about what he learned seeing his church both destroyed and rebuilt following the Joplin tornado and what's next for him.
Pastor Aaron Brown has been leading the faithful at St. Paul's United Methodist Church in Joplin for the last 26 years, but his boss says it's time to make a change.
I'm a United Methodist pastor, so I have a bishop, and I serve at the discretion and at the leadership of the bishop. And so when the bishop calls and says, I've got a place where I need you, and I need you to go, then part of my ordination was to say, I will go where sent.
Pastor Brown may be headed to a new church in Lee's Summit, but he'll always keep Joplin close to his heart.
My kids are born here in Joplin. Most of my life has been spent here in Joplin. I've learned so much. I've encountered so many great things going through the tornado here with the people of Joplin and coming out the other side, you know, scarred and wounded, but still moving forward. It's one of the most important parts of my life.
The Joplin tornado destroyed a large portion of the church, but its damage and destruction went beyond the physical.
Yeah, one of the first conversations I had as I was helping dig people out of the rubble was a little boy came up to me and said, you know, the wind came, God came in the wind and took my house. When is God gonna make the wind bring my house back? So one of the very first questions I got was a God question. And, you know, I'm talking to a little kid and trying to say, you know, God didn't take your house away. You know, these things just happen, but God is with you, and we're going to be with you. The church is going to be with you. You're going to see God come back and come and help you bring back your home.
This Sunday, the church will honor the 6 members they lost to the Joplin tornado, as well as the 99 church families who lost their homes. But Pastor Brown says for some congregants, the tragic memories are still too vivid.
I know that there are some people that, because of the trauma of the tornado, when the commemoration, the anniversary date comes around, they kind of avoid events because it stirs up a lot of trauma.
In Joplin, Mike Mahoney, KOAM News.
Pastor Brown says one thing he's going to take with him to his next job that he learned from folks in Joplin is resilience in the face of adversity. Joplin officials are working on a digital information storehouse with source material from the Tornado Recovery Plan, which has received national recognition. The Joplin Hope Center for Disaster Recovery is a partnership between MSSU, Joplin Schools, and the City of Joplin. It's designed to provide a blueprint for other cities recovering from a natural disaster. State Farm today made a donation to the project.
Well, it's just good to remember how far we've come. It's bad to remember what it was, but it's good to remember what we can do and going forward.
Officials say the donation will go toward equipment maintenance and new fiber optic cables. Some of the best healing from the Joplin tornado came from Louie and Jackson, 2 comfort dogs at Emmanuel Lutheran Church. The 2 dog brothers recently passed away. Tomorrow on KOAM News at 10, we're going to look back on the church's comfort ministry and see which dog may become the church's new comfort dog. Coming up, a popular pandemic-era law will soon be permanent in Kansas. Plus, the U.S. House of Representatives votes to set up a commission to look into the January 6th attack on our Capitol.
Roper Honda.
Kansas Governor Laura Kelly signed a law making cocktails to go permanent. The law will allow to-go beer and alcoholic drinks from clubs, bars, and restaurants until 11 p.m. as long as the drinks are in sealed containers and clear bags that discourage tampering. The new law takes effect later this month. Democrats pushed forward with a plan for a commission to look into the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. But while the bill was created with bipartisan efforts, it passed without widespread Republican support. Reporter Skylar Henry has more details from Capitol Hill.
The bill is passed.
The House has voted to create a 9/11-style commission that will investigate the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol.
This commission will protect our temple of democracy and our democracy itself.
Some Republicans joined Democrats in passing the bill, despite GOP leadership urging them to vote no.
This legislation is not about partisan politics. It's about finding the truth and addressing the vulnerabilities of our security apparatus so that we can emerge stronger and better prepared.
The legislation met opposition after Republican and Democratic negotiators struck a deal for equal power on the commission.
The distinguished minority leader sent a letter to Speaker Pelosi asking for an equal 5-5 ratio in apportionment and appointments by Democrats and Republicans on this commission. He got it.
Some Republicans want to expand the commission to look at other political violence and demonstrations, including last summer's racial justice protests.
We truly hope to find answers to the American people, then we must take into account everything, all of the other political violence that's taken place in recent years.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell announced he too is opposed to the January 6th commission, saying it's just not needed.
It's not at all clear what new facts or additional investigation yet another commission could actually lay on top of existing efforts by law enforcement and Congress.
But Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he will bring the bill up for a vote on the Senate floor.
We'll see where our Republican friends stand. If they stand with truth where they stand with the big lie and sweeping truth under the rug.
Wednesday afternoon, the FBI released more videos of the attack, asking for public tips to help identify people taking part in the assault. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
A little later, some area students showed their support for local first responders in a parade.
Plus, we will trend a bit drier for this coming weekend. We'll break that down in the forecast up next.
Real commodity.
As advertised, a little cooler today compared to when we hit highs near 80 degrees yesterday with more peace of the sun and a little bit of dry time. Flip side of the coin this time around, we had plenty of cloud cover over indigo sky outside of Seneca, Missouri, and all across the area today. Coupled that with some scattered rain this morning and more widespread rain and thunderstorms, especially during the afternoon, coming in from the south and lifting north. This is what kept us mainly in the mid-70s all day long, at least at our warmest parts of the day. Zooming in a little closer though, this round of rain, leaving behind 0.3 of an inch of rain on average, but you can easily see a good stripe of heavier rain amounts right along the US 59 corridor, stretching from Allen, Labette, Neosho counties, working down south. And this was where we had quite a few actually flood warnings in effect for Labette and Neosho counties, but the only remaining area now is Allen County until 8 a.m. because they picked up so much rain within a short period of time, 1 to 3 inches just from this afternoon alone. And even though the rain chances are finally lifting up to the north, any lingering water could pond up on some of the roads. So if you have to be careful in that part of the area tonight, or you have to be on the road late tonight in that area, be careful as you do. But we'll get a break in the action overnight before we see more moisture working from the south tomorrow and bringing more rain chances that we'll have to contend with. Right now in Joplin, we're dry at 69, but mostly cloudy up top, with the humidity sitting at 87%. And as far as temperatures go, everyone topped out in the mid-70s early this afternoon around the 2 o'clock hour. Then as the cloud cover and the rain chances took hold, it's been a slow drop into the upper 60s to near 70. That's where most of us sit right now. Again, we're getting this batch of rain out of here, a little bit of a lull, especially as we start the morning drive tomorrow. Then the big picture showing while we have this stationary front finally falling apart and our next cold front that won't work in until the middle of next week, this stubborn upper level low is going to keep some good rain chances around again for tomorrow, but this will start to lift north, and with this upper ridge building in as we head toward the weekend, that is going to finally bring in some drier air and keep us warm as we head into the weekend. So we'll get this batch of rain until about 2 a.m. Then all of it's lifted to the north. Most of us are dry overnight, but mostly cloudy and mild, with temperatures dropping back around 66. Mainly dry to start the morning out, but late morning going into the afternoon tomorrow, be ready for another scattering of rain, moderate to heavy, and a couple of thunderstorms too. Thankfully, nothing strong or severe expected. 66 in the morning, 72 by noon, highs near 77. Rain chances Thursday evening, taper off for Friday morning, but then just more scattered thunderstorms and highs back near 80 as we head towards Saturday, or Friday rather. Now let's talk about Saturday, because this time around, looking at the 10-year anniversary, it's looking pretty good for us this time around. If we had any chances for rain, it's mainly in our western counties during the morning, and even then it's just showers. 75 by noon and a dry afternoon with highs near 81. A few random showers Sunday, a random storm Monday, but still nice and warm with highs near 80. Any strong to severe thunderstorm chances now, we'll hold off on those until the middle of next week.
That's good news anyway, and maybe by next week things will change even then.
Hopefully so.
We'll see. Thanks, Nick. Having a plan is key before, during, and after many types of emergencies. That reminder was a focus at an open house presented by Ozark Center and the Show Me Hope organization. The presentation was called Ready in 3. Create a plan, prepare a kit, and listen for more information.
If you're prepared for any disaster, it can be a flood, a tornado, it can be a fire, an ice storm, a power outage, it can be a terrorist event or a mass shooting. It doesn't necessarily have to be a disaster. So we just say emergency preparedness brings peace of mind.
Emergency officials say it's always a good idea to make sure prescription medication is inside an emergency kit. Some area elementary students today showed their appreciation for first responders during a parade. Fire trucks, ambulances, and police cars drove by Joplin's McKinley Elementary. Students held signs and banners showing their support for first responders. Coming up in sports, it's regional championship night for Southeast Kansas baseball and softball. And rivals Carl Junction and Webb City square off for a district championship. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
Tonight is championship night at the 2A regional baseball tournament in Southeast Kansas. First, though, we have a pair of semifinal games. Now, the first one of those features Southeast and Uniontown. The winner of that one gets Colgan for the 2A regional title. Cade Burdett, really good for Southeast early. Strikeout there, then gets another swing and a miss. Lancers lead 5-0 through 5. Sixth inning, though. Eagles get on the board. Andrew Buckman rips it into the corner. Joey Marlowe scores. Uniontown gets 2 in the inning, but Burdett out there to finish it. He throws a complete game and strikes out 12. Southeast advances to the regional championship 6-2. So it's Southeast against Colgan in the regional championship, with the winner going to state. Check this out. Helen Keller in the first inning. Off the top of the wall and left, a 3-run shot to begin the game. Panthers get 6 in the first. Southeast gets one back in their half. Cade Mitchell, liner to left center. That scores Easton Wren. Colgan, though, would roll the rest of the way. Gianni Pacini finishes it on the mound. Panthers top Southeast 13-3. Colgan once again headed to the 2A state tournament.
I'm just really happy for the kids. You know, last year, of course, with COVID and losing a whole season, I had a group of 10 juniors that were all excited about the year, and then it got cut short. I'm so happy that they were able to turn it on and get us back to Great Bend. I love it. It's so exciting to see the kids excited and the families excited, because that's what it's about.
The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons play for a regional title today. In the semifinals, they beat Basel Linwood 6-2. As for the championship game, Dragons not able to get that one, falling to St. James Academy 9-2. On the Missouri side, the Class 4 District 12 tournament finishes up tonight in Joplin. The Seneca Indians hit the field this evening against Nevada, hoping to earn a district title. And Nevada is the #1 seed in the bracket. Seneca is the 2 seed. In the second, with 2 outs, Lucas Mars comes up big all the way to the fence and left. Seneca scores Lincoln Renfro and Jackson Mars. Indians take a 3-0 lead. And Nevada gets on the board here. Cade Beshore to short. That's good enough to score Case Sanderson. That's all the Tigers get. Bats stay hot for the Indians. Titus Atkins out to right. Run scores to make it 5-1. Seneca rolls by Nevada 10-1 to claim the Class 4 District 12 title. The Joplin Eagles on the field today in Springfield, facing Kickapoo in the Class 6 District 6 semifinals. Look at this, big win for Joplin. Eagles roll 7-1. They'll face Republic for a district title tomorrow night. Moving on out to softball, today's the final day of the 2A regional tournament in Pittsburgh. After 2 semifinal games earlier today, the top 2 seeds, Humboldt and Colgan, meet this evening in the regional championship. Now, the winner of this one moves on to the 2A state tournament in Pratt next week. Caitlin Crossland, you already know what she's about, all right? Really good again tonight. At the plate here, Allie Marietta, thought she put it out. Off the wall, that scores a run. Then big play here on defense. Humboldt has bases loaded, 1 out. Gabby Riddell makes the catch and nails the runner trying to score. Great play there. Colgan holds the Cubs scoreless all night. Crossland out there to finish it with a strikeout. It's her 13th of the game. Colgan is headed to the state tournament, shutting out Humboldt 5-0.
I'm so excited. This is what we've been waiting for all season, so I think we're all super pumped.
Caitlin is our clutch player. She's our leader. We just know that when she's on the mound, she's going to do what she needs to do to win the game. So she does great, and she has a great team behind her supporting her.
Well, we have a rivalry soccer matchup tonight in the Class 3 District 12 Championship. The Webb City Cardinals meet the Carl Junction Bulldogs, with the winner moving on to the Class 3 state bracket. Now, CJ aims for a little revenge after dropping a 1-0 match to Webb City in the regular season. Late in the second half, Lauren Burgess in the corner. Cross attempt knocked away. Second chance for Burgess. takes it off the bounce and finds the back of the net. CJ up 1-0. Then for Webb City, Malia Metcalf passes back to Chloe Johnston for the one-timer off the bounce over the keeper's head. We're all tied up. This one actually goes to penalty kicks, but it's Webb City finishing it to claim the district title. That's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Jennifer Benning served in the U.S. Air Force from 1989 to 1993. Coffeyville, Kansas native was stationed in North Dakota, and we salute Senior Airman Jennifer Benning, a four-state hero. Helen Keller is the newest historical figure honored as a Barbie doll. The toy company worked with the National Federation of the Blind to ensure authenticity. Keller's figurine is dressed in a long skirt and ruffled shirt, as you see, an outfit typical of what she would have worn while attending school. Barbie also made sure to honor the deaf and blind activist by adding Braille to the packaging on the Helen Keller doll, and in the book, the doll is holding. Helen Keller, obviously an inspiration and remarkable story for anybody, disabled or not. If you've never seen the movie The Miracle Worker, it's from back in the early 60s. It's the original story. It is an amazing story.
It has to be really good.
It is. The weather, rainy.
Yeah, eventually the weather will turn really good by the weekend, but rain chances again tomorrow, 77 degrees, 80 on Friday, with less rain chances for Saturday and Sunday, highs staying near 80.
See you right back here tomorrow. Let's take care of ourselves and each other.
If you